Hi and welcome to Encore. I'm Connor.
And I'm Jordan.
And here are our August monthly favourites.
My first monthly favourite is Once on This Island, which you didn't come with me to.
No, I've been out a lot of August, not been in the country.
Just chilling.
Just chilling.
Living your best jet set of life.
Yes, very.
Well, I jet setted to Southwark to see BTA's production of Once on This Island. For those of you who don't know what BTA is, they are the British Theatre Academy, and this year they are doing a summer season in Southwark, at Southwark Playhouse, and at the Minack in Cornwall. And they have a full range of shows. There's been Dogfight, Footloose, Sunset Boulevard, My Son Pinocchio, and Once on This Island. And I cannot tell you how amazing it was. Because when I got the invitation, I was like, is it like a teen show? Is it Amdram? What is this? It's directed by Lee Proud, directed and choreographed by Lee Proud. And it was like a professional production, and half of these kids haven't even gone to drama school
Wow.
yet. It was like mind-blowing. Like, I would have paid to see it and been very, very happy with the standard of production. I was like, oh my gosh. I've got to shout out to Chrissy Bimmer, who did play the lead, who I now cannot remember the name of. And Chrissy is a star on the rising. She actually begins Artset in September. She's 18.
Oh, wow.
In years to come, we're going to see her. She's going to be like Heather Headley, Cynthia Erivo,
Oh, wow.
mash
Big
up.
names.
Like, hold off on the Aida and then give it to this girl, because I tell you what, if she's this good now, give her 3 years and I'll be thrilled to see where she goes.
Amazing. Favourite number 2, we both went to go and see Evita at Regent's Park Open Air Theatre. And we had a lovely little date night, didn't we?
I had a great time.
We had a little picnic, saw the show.
Yeah.
And what was really lovely is I've been to Regent's Park before, because I saw Little Shop of Horrors there last year. And Jordan
Loves Evita, but I'd never been to Regent's Open Air Park.
So it was quite nice, little first time experience for both of us, and I loved it. For someone, I think I'll start, for someone who'd never seen Evita,
Apparently Connor will start.
never seen Evita, never seen the film, had never listened to the soundtrack, was aware of a couple of songs, I really liked this production. I thought it was edgy, I thought it was current, I thought Fabian Alois choreography was stunning. It was witty, it was interpretive, it was rhythmic and very fast paced. And considering a lot of it is set on treads, he overcome that set design challenge beautifully. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, for somebody who's very, very familiar with the show Evita, like I grew up, it's been one of my favourites since I was small. I've seen various versions of the show, predominantly the Bill Kenwright version, like 3 or 4 times I've seen that. I'm really familiar with the Madonna film. So I was like going to Evita being like, I'm absolutely buzzed. And then I got there and it started and I was like, I don't know if I like this, because it was so different. And by the end I was like, I love it, it's the best thing ever. I was in my best life, because through the show I was like, well, I don't know if I like it. Do I like it? And I got to the end, I was like, it's amazing. And I think like both productions exist totally in their own right. So please don't think that's me in any way slating previous productions. It's not. I think everything exists in its own right. I just think this is the truest version of Eva Peron I've seen. And by that I mean you see how politically savage she was, and
how clever she was.
Because like I get kind of swept up in the glamour of Evita in previous versions, and while she was a glamorous icon, she was a dictator's wife. And I feel like this version really hones in on that, and her passion for power and power of control in various ways.
She knew what she was doing, and she knew what she needed to do to get to the top.
Yeah.
And that was very apparent about the whole production. And I think what was nice as well, that we also spoke about after the show, is that if you're a fan of key style or design choices throughout the originals and the films and stuff, that's brought into the show, but not where you'd expect it.
No, it is. It's a really dynamic production, guys. I highly recommend you grab tickets. It's selling really fast, so go and get them now. So, favourite number 3 is Club 11 and Take 2 Theatrical presents Andy Mientus at Lola's Underground Casino at the London Hippodrome Casino.
What a mouthful, but another little pop-up.
I know, right? Yeah, a little pop-up concert from the Club 11 Take 2 teams. Basically, guys, Andy Mientus was over performing in the view upstairs. Just a quick nod to that. We stand.
We really liked it. We really liked it a lot. It's a July visit, so we snuck it into August.
Yeah.
But beautiful production. Yeah, and I think for people who are out there who want to know more about it, there's lots of stuff on encoreradio.co.uk, from interviews with the writers and a full review of the show.
And if you go to From the Wings, there's a video review from the show as well.
But also go and listen to the soundtrack. The soundtrack is brilliant.
It's a really, really great soundtrack. But I was lucky enough to be invited, so I went along. And do you know what? I really loved it, because when Club 11 Take 2 put on a production, a concert, just for a singular artist, they really let that artist exist in their own right, and they don't say you must do this song, and this song from your career. They're like, do the songs you like. And then I always find that the concert always seems fresh and new because they always nod to what they've done, and sometimes in different ways. So for example, like Andy was picking songs from the musicals he'd been in, but they weren't songs he'd sung.
So what did you do from Les Mis? Completely, I'm putting you on the spot
A
here.
Dream. But
She was Marius.
But he did it with Cedric Neal as duet. That was like recording. You could have recorded the whole show because he did like things like Joni Mitchell as well, and he did a version of Cry Me a River, but with the lyrics from I've Got No Rules. And it was like there was loads of mashups put in there.
Very clever.
Yeah, there was a lot of really smart lyrical writing and composition combining. Like some of the arrangements were from Ben Rahala, who MDs a lot for Laura Osnes and Jeremy Jordan. He does
Broadway Princesses.
Princess Party. So some of the arrangements were from him. It was a really smart concert, and it was a really lovely vibe.
Yeah.
It was really chatty and really informal, and I really enjoyed myself.
I think it's good to keep an eye out on our socials and Club 11s because these pop-ups literally pop up.
Yeah, they do. And just to bear in mind, guys, please visit their website because they are doing loads of upcoming concerts. We've got Casey Levy coming over, Kelly O'Hara. They've just announced Roses and Hammerstein, Cinderella in concert at Cadogan Hall. That's all coming up. They are also selling limited edition pin badges.
We will have some merch.
Yeah.
Favourite number 4. As we've said, I was out of the country for a lot of August, and the only time I get to read a book is when I'm on a flight or somewhere else, somewhere that's not here. And I read When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Fletcher. This book has been out for over a year, and it's always appealed to me because it's set in a theatre.
Oh, I love a good theatre book.
Yeah, it is really lovely. It's a witty, romantic comedy, I'd say.
It's a ghost story, isn't it?
No.
Oh, I heard it was a ghosty story.
There is.
Like a romantic ghosty story. No, I'm wrong. I'll go and read the book then.
A little bit. I think it's basically 2 stories that intertwine to an end. So there's 2 characters in the past set in one theatre, and there's 2 characters in the present, which is Olive and I can't remember the other guy's name now. But yeah, it's 2 couples effectively. One in the present, one in the past, and it intertwines at the end. But yeah, I really liked it. Love a little ghosty. But we'll say ghosty rom-com book.
From the theatre world.
From the theatre world. And she's an MT actress currently in Les Mis, so give it a read.
So the final monthly favourite for me, because again, I went with my mum this time actually.
Oh.
I took my mum to see Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat at the London Palladium. The London Palladium. Featuring Jason Donovan and Jack Yarrow, and I had the privilege of seeing Vanessa Fisher in the role of the narrator.
Oh, I love an understudy.
Oh, do you know what? She was so good, and I feel like it's one of those moments where you're like, gosh, there's a really big star billing. It's big shoes to step into, and in the final weeks, so she stepped in, and she was brilliant. She looks like a young Whitney Houston. Yeah. And but she's just really glowing in the role, and she really brings you in, and you can feel like, and it was really lovely in the bows. She came on last, and the audience were like on that. They completely erupted for her, and Jack, who plays Joseph, and Jason Donovan, who's playing Pharaoh, all gave her the biggest hug and were like, this girl. And it was just like, yay, this is so cute.
I love it when they all come together and really support their fellow cast members.
It really was. I must say, it was a version of Joseph I wasn't expecting. It was like the Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat musical club mix disco times 100. Like, it was so bright and so loud, and in the best way. I mean, like, sometimes when you go to theatrical productions, you feel like they're a little bit quiet. When I say the sound fills the Palladium, it felt like you could almost hug it. It felt like its own being, the sound in this venue. And the kids in the show aren't just like the classic chorus. They are in everything. Like, a child plays Potiphar. And
amazing.
Things like that. The kids are involved so heavily, and I thought that was a really great use of it. It's definitely become even more of a family show than it was before, and there's lots more of a sides to the audience, and like, this is a show, let's have a good time. But Jack Yarrow as Joseph, incredible. Wow. He did close every door to me, and I looked at my mum and I went, it was really good, wasn't it? And I was just like, in years to come, we're going to be seeing a lot more of him, and we are also going to be reviewing him in a lot more roles. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled though, guys. Hopefully, I don't think this might be the last we see of this production somehow, because it doesn't seem right to be selling out the London Palladium and not bring it back. So I hope there's another opportunity for you to see it if you've missed out this time.
So that's it. That's our 5 August monthly favourites. 2 rising stars, a new theatre experience, a new book, and a pop-up concert.
I mean, we're living our best lives.
Yeah.
We like a bit of variety here at Encore Radio.
Variety is the spice of this radio station.
Very much is. So guys, for all news, gossip, inside or information in the theatrical world, please head over to all of our socials and give us a follow at encoreradio.co.uk, and also head over to our website. You can read all our reviews and interviews, and that is encoreradio.co.uk.